There's Another Way to Do That, where I teach you how to modify recipes based on my restrictions. For season 2, we're modifying recipes inspired by my guests. So let's get into it. Tajareen loves pesto pasta. I actually love pesto pasta too, but I do it very different. So today I'm going to make my version of pesto pasta. We're going to make everything from scratch. And I'm talking about down to the pasta, the pesto, and I'm not going to make the bread from scratch because she does like a side of garlic bread, which I actually love too. So I'm going to add that with it. But I'll show you what kind of bread I use to make that. And then I am going to make the garlic bread from scratch because it doesn't have the extra stuff on it. But you'll see. We'll get to that later. First, we're going to start with the pasta. Now, I make a zucchini pasta. I make it fresh from real zucchinis. These are organic. And the reason I do that is because I can't actually eat regular pasta, and not just traditional pasta, but I mean even the vegan version of it, like the rice pasta, stuff like that. It started irritating my stomach and giving me inflammation, maybe because I was eating it a little bit too much. So I just completely stopped eating it. And maybe occasionally if I'm out at a restaurant, I might try some, but usually I try to avoid it. So I'm going to show you how I do this from scratch. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is cut these. And you don't have to cut them fully because I'm using a spiraler, which is really cool. So all I have to do is cut my ends. That's all we're going to do. Cut the ends. And you'll see in a moment why. This is a spiraler. The spiraler is pretty cool because it has these little sharp things, and I'm going to put one side of the zucchini there, and the other side is going to go on this little slide. It's kind of like those things you've seen on those infomercials. You can also, of course, just use a, what is it called? You can use a peeler, or you can just cut it up and into slices or something to make your pasta, whatever you normally do, or just regular pasta. I was trying to show you this, but it's locked in, so I'm gonna just leave it alone for now. Anyway, we're gonna use the large one first. Oh, and I need a plate. 1 second. And we're back. So we got my plate. I put my plate here. I got my, which blade I want in there. I'm gonna make spaghetti pasta. And I'm going to add my zucchini. It goes in this end. And then all I'm doing is turning it. I already locked it in place. And as you can see, it spirals. Yay, super cute, right? So this Do you see how much pasta you get out of one zucchini? Look at that. You can't beat it. All right. And then you get this little weird thing after, but you can just cut that up. I usually just cut it up and make it a part of it. Okay. Now I'm just gonna do my other one and then we're done. It's very simple. If you don't have one of these, look for a spiraler or something close to it because it'll change your life. No, it does have to be flat. I imagine that those pieces are like onion, and it works. But there's nothing wrong with the piece. It's just the core of the spiral. And literally the same thing. So don't get weirded out, but you see. Very cool. And if it messes up, it's gonna look like this. All right, so these, I'm literally just gonna cut into strips. Voila! I actually decided to do the pesto first because I feel like I would like the pasta to be hot and ready to go so we can taste it nice and fresh. So we're going to do the pesto first because you're just throwing everything in a food processor. And mine is going to have spinach, fresh parsley, as you can see. And we're also going to do some fresh basil. I watched these earlier and I love when I watch basil because it just brings out the smell of it so much more. And literally, we're just going to dump it inside a food processor. So mine, I can take the lid off for a second and I can just dump it. I'm probably packing it a little bit too much actually. So I'm going to take some out because I found when I blend it up, it makes it a little bit easier once some of it has gone down. I'm going to add some olive oil. I'm not measuring that right now. I probably won't measure it because I kind of go by how much I put in, but we shall see. And I believe most recipes are about a third or a fourth a cup. Add a little bit more. And I think with pesto, it just kind of depends how you like your consistency. If I'm not mistaken, I know Tajareen doesn't like it too creamy, but she also doesn't like it dry when it comes to the pasta itself. So I'm going to try to do a nice balance here. But first, we're just trying to get everything in the food processor because this is not what the texture is going to be like. So I like to blend it down. Bam. Now we can add some pine nuts. Again, if you have any kind of nut allergies, don't worry about it. But I just kind of eyeball that. I like mine to have a bit of that. And I also throw some on the top. So we'll say like, that's probably like a third or fourth of a cup of pine nuts. And then, of course, we're going to have to do some salt. I'm using Himalayan salt. You use whatever salt you would like. Don't want to go too far, but since I'm throwing lemon in there, I'm going to have to, you won't be able to taste it. Squeeze in some fresh lemon. I'm going to do half of it first because I want to make sure that it's not too much lemon. It's not overpowering. But I think for how many greens I put in there, I should be fine. And the reason I put so many different types of greens is because I'm making this vegetarian. So there won't be any chicken or anything else with it. So just giving it a little bit more protein with the spinach. And the parsley just has a nice fresh flavor. I tend to like to mix the parsley with the basil. But of course, you can eliminate it just based on what you like. A tablespoon of the garlic. We're not using the fresh garlic today. We're going to use the minced one. But if you have fresh garlic and you like fresh garlic, that'll taste probably a little bit better. And then we're going to add a little bit more olive oil. I've even put avocado in mine before because I like it creamy sometimes, but not today. It's going to naturally get creamier as it goes along. the texture and consistency do matter, but I actually care more about the taste first. That's not a bad consistency. All right, let's taste it. Mmm. Ooh. That tastes good. Mmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. The pine nuts give it a nice little, crunch, and the parsley is giving it a little more texture, so it's not as mushy. So that'll be really nice. I'm gonna do one more time around, and I'm happy with it. The only thing I would probably grind up a little bit more. You see how there's the twigs or the stems, a little bit of those stems. They can be chopped up a little bit more, but that's about it. I'm happy with it. Mm-hmm. That's it. These dang on thing. Oh, we got to make the bread too. So we have cut up the pasta. We've made the pesto. And now before I cook the pasta, I'm going to make my garlic bread. I'm going to make it so I can throw it into the toaster oven, convention oven, whatever you're using, while I'm cooking the pasta, because it won't take that long. That way everything can be done at the same time. So the only thing I do is I use a keto bread. And this is made out of a lot of stuff. You can grab whatever bread you can eat, but mine is a gluten-free, dairy-free keto bread. And I like it. It don't have a lot of taste, because if you've ever had keto stuff, it's not the best, but it works for me. And I actually like this one. And what I'm going to do is just add olive oil to it. Ooh, that's a little bit too much. Oh, don't add a lot. You don't have to add that much. But I'm going to cover it like it's butter. So we got that olive oil. And then I'm going to add some Italian seasoning, some garlic powder, and Himalayan salt. And that's it. Just a little. Throw that into the convention oven, and let's take our butt over here to make our pasta so we can eat. Now we're cooking with gas. So I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil here. I'm going to put the same ingredients that I put on the garlic bread. We're just going to do some Italian seasoning, the salt, and the garlic. And I'm going to put a little bit of citrus just to give it a little bit of flavor there. But I don't really need to, because I'm going to add the pesto. So if I do just a tad bit, don't do it. Don't overdo it. Or not, depending on how much citrus you put in that pesto. All right. So this is hot, and I'm basically just sauteing it. I'm doing this until it's soft. And you can use real garlic again. The reason why I'm doing garlic powder is because I put enough garlic in that pesto, and I don't want it to be over garlicky. See how much you get from zucchini pasta when you just do the zucchini by itself? Because you can buy zucchini pasta at the store, by the way, and it's spiraled like this, but it's way more expensive, and you can get one zucchini, like large zucchini, for like $1 or something. And boom, look how much it makes. Although this is like 1.5 basically, because that little small one is nothing. You need a cheap meal that's good, that's filling and everything, nutritious. Zucchini pasta is the go-to. You can put chicken in it. You can do whatever you normally do. You can put turkey meat and make like spaghetti. Whatever you would normally do with your pasta, this is what I use it for. There's a lot of water in zucchini, so the consistency is going to matter. as far as how long you're going to leave it in here. You don't want it to get so soft that it's mushy, but you don't want it to be too hard where it kind of feels like it's raw. So it's that nice in between, just like pasta, right? And I would say that you don't want it to get too brown because then it changes the taste, but not a little bit of browning is fine. I would just keep the heat down when you're cooking it. Make sure you keep an eye on that bread. Don't forget about it. I'm just putting this lid on so it can soften up a little bit faster. And it's just about ready for me to taste. I would say maybe about close to 10 minutes of doing this is fine. I wouldn't do more. All right, I'm gonna taste this. I'm actually gonna let it brown a little bit still, so I'm gonna keep that heat on, but I wanna taste it just so I can see where it's at. It's pretty crunchy. So I'm gonna leave it. We'll be back. Oh, get your bread. That's ready. It could use a little salt, but I'm not gonna do it because, like I said, I got a lot of salt and citrus in the pesto, but we good to go. Okay, so our pasta is done, our pesto is done, and our bread is done. Let's plate this thing. Ooh, look at this. I am so hungry, you have no idea. Ooh, look at that. Add the pesto on top. Depends on how much sauce you want. This is like 2 tablespoons. And I'm gonna I'm gonna mix it up so it's nice and hot here. I'm gonna try to do like the little twist thing that Chef Vianney taught me. Like, so it doesn't look as like bad. It all kind of looks good. And I cut it a little, so it's probably not gonna be as fancy. But yeah, look at it. Couple more pine nuts. I'm also gonna add some vegan Parmesan cheese. If you can do regular cheese, regular parm, go for it. Okay, and then I got my bread, and voila! Look at this. Pesto pasta. Let's taste it. I'm gonna taste my bread first. Nice and crunchy. And it's a little gooey in the inside, which I like. Now let's try this pasta. See if it needs anything. Oh, I didn't order that. It's good. It's turned out good. Oh, wow. I haven't had this in a long time, so it's like even better. Oh my gosh. The flavors are good. It's good every time, but it's really good today. They deserve a food dance for this one. It's so good. Oh my gosh. The consistency is really nice. It's not too creamy. It's not too loose. It's definitely not dry, as you can see. And I think Tajareen would like it. Tanj, you got to come get your plate, girl. Oh my God. This has been There's Another Way to Do That, which is part of I Can't Eat Shit podcast on YouTube and wherever you stream your podcast. Make sure you try this one out. You definitely don't want to miss it. It's so good. Also flavorful. And make sure you check out the full podcast episode for Tajareen.